Guys, I'm going to tell you this once, right? I'm going to tell you this once. Since the invention of internet, since the invention of computers, laptops and so forth, life has changed, right? Life has changed. So, and over time, things like career changed. The definition of the word career stays the same. But if you look at the etymology of the word career, how it was used in the 90s, in the 80s, 70s, and going up, it's different compared to now, right? If you look at what we consider careers today, it's quite different. My grandmother used to say that, if you have a job, then you have an office. If you have a job, then you have a stable salary. If you have a job, then you belong to a certain company. And my dad believes that too. If you have a job, you should have a corner office somewhere. If you have a job, you should have a stable salary. If you have a job, you should be able to provide for your family. If you have a job, you should be able to do 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter if it's a lawyer. It doesn't matter if it's a cleaner. It doesn't matter if it's a doctor. But if you have a job, you have to have a stable salary. You have to have an office. You have to belong to a certain company. You have to have money coming in at the end of the month so that you can do what needs to be done in the house or in your families. So if you look at the year 2000 until 2010, now the word career started to change. Especially when things like Google came into the picture, Yahoo came into the picture. Now, the word career started to change because now Google says that, hey, you can make a video on YouTube and we will pay you for it. What? And later, things like Spotify and podcasts came into the picture, and now they say that you can speak whatever you want to say to people, create your channel, and we will pay you for it. That's what they said. And they have kept that standard. Yes, the payment might be up and down, but they have kept that standard. So what is career today? What is career today? I look at things like businessmen, people like lawyers, people like doctors, people, people who are managers and so forth. They say they are having higher positions in life because they are CEOs, COOs, management, doctors, and so forth. They are having what we call career. But now, if you look at our time and age in 2023, when it comes to the kinds of important careers, we are talking about YouTube. We are talking about people that are into IT. We are talking about people that are creating apps and people that are creating websites. All these guys are making so much money. And all these COOs, CEOs, management people, doctors, writers, authors, so forth, they are depending on these web designers, on these IT specialists, on these social media marketing, strategists. They are depending on those people to give them advice, not even to do the work, but to give them advice, to talk to them, So now if you look at careers today, I can make 100,000 rands or $100,000 now by just standing in front of CEOs and COOs and management people and MDs and doctors and lawyers, and tell them how to build a brand in social media marketing. I can speak to them, and just by speaking to them for an hour or 2 hours or even 3 hours, when I leave, I'm 100,000 rand richer. So how do I make money in 2023 just by opening up my mouth? Find your niche. Find your niche. A lot of you know so much, but you don't give yourself credit. I met this other guy, and we were just talking at the mall. We were waiting on a queue, and we were just talking on the mall. And he started telling me about property. He started telling me about property, how things are working today, how houses are expensive, whether I should buy a house or not, how long should I wait, why should I wait, when should I buy a house, where should I buy a house, and so forth. And as he was talking, I looked at him and I was like, dude, wait a minute. Why don't you open up a YouTube channel or, a podcast where you would talk about such things? Because there are so many people, Black, white, Asian, everyone wants to know the information that you have. Because now people are buying houses today, 2023, January, in South Africa, not knowing that they're going to be paying more. Now, because of the repo rates and the inflations and so forth, they're going to be paying more. So in a couple of months, if they buy a house with a bond today, maybe they're expected to pay 7,000 rand. In a couple of months, they might be paying 8,000 rand, 8.1, because of where we are now. So he was saying that, no, don't buy a house now. As a matter of fact, you should do this and this and this and that. And now I started thinking about it, and I spoke to him and I said, you should start a podcast so that people can be able to get the information. As a matter of fact, you should open up a consulting business whereby people can come to you and you would tell them about property. Because he was in real estate, he can talk to you about property, and you would pay him maybe 5 grand, maybe 3 grand, but at the end of the day, he would be making money. That is a $1 million mindset. As a matter of fact, that is $1 million mindset. Being able to take what you know and share it with people and get paid for what you know and what you say in 2023. Guys, what is it that you know? Some of you are into sales. You're selling cars, you're selling houses, you're selling all these things. What is it that you know that you can open up a YouTube channel today, or a podcast, or just release a flyer and say that if you want to hear me talk about 1, 2, 3, 4? What is it that you know? So that people can be able to pay you for what you know. Because so many times we spend our time talking to people who are not paying us, and we give them advice about things that matter in life. How about I get 100 rands for what I'm about to tell you in 10 minutes? How about you give me 500 rand for spending 30 minutes with you, and I tell you what I know? How about I spend 2 hours with you and we talk about property, we talk about cars, we talk about social media marketing, we talk about how to open up a YouTube channel, we talk about how to set up a podcast channel, how to do things that matter, how to brand yourself. Let's spend 2 hours, and don't worry about it. You'll just give me 10,000 rands or 15,000 rands. And when we are done, I tell you, things would change. And after that, the person would say, no, how about you help me now? Let's do it practically. Help me start this thing. And you would say, okay, for me to talk to you, then help you, then you have to pay 25,000 rand. So that's how you can make money this year. That's how things are beginning to change. That's how things are beginning to work out in 2023. How can I make money by just talking? That's how you do it.